What's going on? It's Greggatron. Happy Friday. Hope everybody's having a good Friday. Labor Day's coming up, so shout out to that. And I hope you like my shirt. Yeah. Yeah. This is a brand new shirt my friend got for me for my birthday. So shout out to my friend. She knows who she is. There's the eagle on the back. Yeah. I like this shirt, but it's a large. She said, I thought I got an extra large. I was like, nah, it's a large. It's all good. So, Jesse Lee Peterson had a biblical question. It's called, do you want to be different? And that's one of the most interesting questions I've heard yet. And I really like that question because that's a topic that I kind of ponder on off and on pretty much my whole life about being different or not being different, or should you want to be different or should you not want to be. So I was like, man, I got to talk about this because a super chat wouldn't be enough justice. And I can't call in because I wouldn't have my thoughts together. But it's such a good question. I was like, man, I got to make my own response video. So it's, do you want to be different? All right. I take notes and everything on this. That's how good it is. So, as a kid growing up, I used to be different, right? Meaning I was into different things that a lot of other kids weren't into. I was watching different shows that a lot of people didn't even know what it was, whether it be that or I'd be into a certain video game that nobody else was playing at the time, or I would speak a certain way, I would act a certain way. So you hear my voice right now, right? A, B, C, D, E. You hear how I talk? I had kids at my school. There's a girl, I'll never forget. She would say, why do you talk like that? Why do you talk like that? And I'm like what? And she's like that? Like that? But I think I'm in like 5th grade. I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's just like, listen to the way you talk. You're doing it right now. Why do you talk like that? But I just didn't know what she was saying because all my homies growing up, they'll tell you I had this voice back then. I got a homie from 3rd grade. He'll tell you, yeah, your voice was pretty deep back then. So, I guess I was different in that sense. Like my behavior, I guess my voice is considered monotone, meaning there's not a lot of excitement in my voice. And I've even had people tell me as an adult when I'm talking to them, they feel like they're being interrogated. But that wasn't my objective. That's just the way I talk. That's the way I am. That's just me. So, in that sense, I used to be different. Alright, now, I wanted to be different also, in the sense that I didn't want to be like everybody else. So, my first point was I used to be different, now it's this. Everybody was already saying things like, I'm different. So I kind of like leaned into that, meaning, well, y'all already say I talk funny, y'all already say I act funny or whatever. Therefore, I just kind of embraced that. I just kind of took that to the forefront. Or like, you know how some kids growing up would say, you act white or you talk white, that sort of thing. So even growing up, I just leaned into that even further. Well, they already say I talk white or act this or act that. I went skydiving before. I do things that I guess you would say the average cat wouldn't do. Like prior to COVID, I went to like 100 different concerts. But I just fully embraced the whole being different. So I wanted to be different because I was already different. Now, today in 2024, on August 30th, now I just want to be. Alright? Meaning, I don't want to be different and I don't want to not be different. I just want to be. And you might be asking yourself, what do you mean by be? You want to be what? When I think be, I think, first of all, there's an album that Common made in 2005 called Be. And the overall message to me is brilliant. Before I get to my point, the overall message is like, be this, be that. Be a firefighter. Be a engineer. Be an architect. Be a teacher. But I think it's even deeper than that. I think the theme is be what God intended you to be. And if you don't know what God's intentions are, then don't strive for anything. Meaning just wait and let God reveal what he has in store for you. That's what I took out of that album. And I kind of live by that. And I hear Jesse Peterson say, I want for nothing. And that's also what I think of when I think of be. So the question is, do you want to be different? No, just take the different off. I just want to be, meaning, and I don't even want to say like the best version of myself, because that's cliche. But I just want to be, which is very interesting, because no one really knows what God has in store for them. You have to let God let you walk your own path. But when you try to do all these different things, and many times it doesn't work out. So basically, you just have to live your life and don't try to be other people. That's deep. Yeah. Now I just want to be. Now, I do want to be different in the physical sense. As far as being fit, because I understand that everybody in America is fat or obese. In the physical realm, I do want to be different to protect myself. And, I want to look good. In that sense, yes. In the work sense, I do want to be different. In the sense that I want to separate myself from any other worker. In the sense that, let's say there's layoffs or something. I want it to be impossible for them to fire me because I work too hard. Meaning, if they have to fire 3 people, I'm not going to be one. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be one of those 3 people. Or let's say there's, 12 of us, and they have to let go 1. I have to make sure I'm not that 1 because I'm too much of an asset. I'm not a liability. I want to be different in that way to where I'm the one guy who's not going to get fired. You know what I'm saying? So in the physical realm, I do want to be different. Now in the social realm, the financial realm, the spiritual realm, emotionally, all that, I just want to be. Meaning, no, I don't want to be different. I just want to live my life. Which is so interesting. I was talking to a guy at work yesterday. He's what you would call a sub. He's trying to get a full-time job. And I'm teaching him my methods, my ways. I'm spitting some truth to him. Truth. And I was like, the work I've seen today, and it was an okay job so far. He could have done better, but I was like, this could separate you from not getting a job, opposed to somebody else who's good like you, but this person could do better. So you want to separate yourself to where nobody else can touch you. On the job, you're untouchable in the sense that nobody works harder than you. And I kind of make it like that for me. Like, nobody at my job can outwork me, right? I took it further. If you're strong, you live. If you're weak, you die. In the sense that sink or swim, right? This is from Makoto Shishio from Rurouni Kenshin. I repeat, only the fittest in this world will survive. Meaning, and this will be a separate video, if you're a good employee, you will get a promotion. You will get the money. If you're a bad employee, no one's going to use you. No one's going to call you. No one's going to ask for your help. No one's going to want to have you work for them. If you're strong, you'll move up in the ladder. You'll move up in the ranks. But if you're weak, you just won't amount to anything. Or at least not too much. And some people don't want to, climb the ladder, which is cool. But this guy here, he wanted to actually move up into a full-time position and maybe beyond. So I was using that ideology to explain, hey, you want to be strong. So back to my point earlier about strength. I think strength is important in that sense. But I will make another video about Makoto Shishio's logic, because we got to talking about that at work yesterday, and it's just so fascinating. If you don't know what Rurouni Kenshin is, you have no clue what I'm talking about. And I don't even want to get into that right now because this is about a biblical question. But yeah, do I want to be different? Physically, and as far as the job goes, yes. Only in the sense that I'm too valuable to where I can't get let go. But all those other aspects, no. Because different means you're comparing yourself to other people. So let's take the financial aspect, for example. It's getting kind of deep in here. Let's take the financial thing. I don't even want to be different from other people my age, because now I'm saying, well, that means this person's worse than me or this person's better than me. But the way God sees it, we're all the same. So let's say I have more money than, I don't know, Steve. If that's true, somewhere in me could believe, oh, I'm better than Steve, or I'm doing better than Steve. But just because I have more money than Steve, that doesn't mean anything. Steve could be well on his way to bigger and better things. And even if he's not, I don't know what God has in store for Steve. See what I'm saying? So as far as the finance thing goes, here's another example. I know people who have college degrees and, nice homes, nice cars, etc. So they might have more money than I have, but they might have tons and tons of college debt. So on the surface, it might look good, but on the inside, they could be miserable. I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying you never know someone else's situation. This is such a good topic. See, I didn't even know I was going to get into all this. But the question's about being different. But when I think being different, I automatically think it's about comparison. Like, different from what? Different how? That's why I said the emotionally, financially, spiritually. even spiritually, I don't want to be different. Because for one, how can you be different from someone else spiritually? Like, let's say there's an atheist, right? Ooh, this is good. Let's say there's an atheist, right? And I'm a Christian, right? I could be thinking, oh, look, I'm closer to God than this person because this person doesn't believe in God. I'm already having a preconceived notion that I'm better than this person. But just because this guy's an atheist, that doesn't mean he or she won't ever have a relationship with God. A lot of people wake up to God when they're atheists. So I wouldn't even put that halo over my head that, oh, look, I'm a Christian. Therefore, I'm automatically closer to God, or I'm different from this atheist. I should be treating myself the same as the atheist because God doesn't see me any different from the atheist. This is deep. So it's like I'm going in circles with this question because I don't even know how to answer it. It's so deep. That's funny. Do you want to be different? I want you guys to answer this question in the comments. Do you want to be different? Do you want to be different from how you were when you were younger? Do you want to be different from your peers, your colleagues, your coworkers, your family? I just want to be me. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as the bodybuilding thing goes, it's cool to stand out. It's kind of cool to get that recognition. Like, hey, man, I was with my god brothers months ago, and we go to a sports store, and one of the employees said, you know, they got fitness equipment, all that. And an employee was like, hey, man, you're all trapped out, man. You're all trapped out. Your traps are huge. I try not to get like full of myself or anything like that. I was just like, thanks, man. I appreciate that. But things like that, I enjoy being different in that way. Because when you're healthy and fit, people say stuff to you that they wouldn't say to just an average person. And I'm not saying I'm not average. I just look different. People tell me, my homie's friend told me, hey, you look like you could play in the next superhero movie. You could be one of the superheroes. I was like, that'd be cool. Because my sister says I look like Anthony Mackie. But this is such a good question. I might talk about this some more. But yeah. So to answer, my final answer, do I want to be different? No. I just want to be. I just want to live my life, pay my bills, go to the gym, and mind my own business and do my thing. That's it. As far as being different goes, I already know I'm different, but I don't want to use that as an identity. I just want to be whatever God wants me to be. And speaking of being different, this is a long video, man. So my favorite rapper, Joe Budden, he had a song called Just to Be Different. And that's actually my favorite Joe Budden song. That's what got me wanting to make this video. Because I love that song so much. It's from the mixtape, The Halfway House. And some of the things he says in that song is, when I outgrow me or stuff just didn't stick, the baggier my jeans, the more stuff didn't fit. Meaning the more he tried to cave into this label, the more it didn't work out. Because they wanted him to do things he didn't want to do, or he wasn't comfortable with doing, or it wasn't his style, or whatever. He says, hood but still formal, I'm normally abnormal. Things like that. And I love that song. I love that. But listen to the song Just to Be Different from Joe Budden. Listen to the album B from Common, just B-E. And check out the villain in Rurouni Kenshin, Makoto Shishio. But one more time, to answer the question, my final answer is no. No, I don't want to be different. That's my final answer. All right, thanks. Peace.